Full text completed. I wish you all the best in the year of the dragon. Text begins below. My girlfriend and I grew up together. No to guesses. The day of the proposal, she didn't come because her male confidant is sick. She's going to take care of him. She left me. And what we had for so many years. Rubbed my face on the ground. And then I married someone else. She said she regretted it. But I don't regret it. I'm even thankful she wasn't there. Today is the day I'm going to propose to my girlfriend Willow. I was wearing a neat black suit, standing there with a blank face. He clutched the rings box in his hand. It's been 2 hours. Roses all around. Behind him were friends and relatives who had come to help. In the distance were fireworks preparing for liftoff. But now all I can do is stand there. Listen to the whispers behind you. Because the Willows haven't come yet. I just got a message from her best friend. Says she's downstairs and she'll be up soon. I waited patiently for about 10 minutes. What was waiting was. But she got another reason for her friend to stumble. She said Willow Smoke suddenly unwell, went to the hospital. I listened to this poor lie. Suddenly feel a little cold tonight. But still no cooler than the heart. Which is Willow Smoke sick? It's probably her fucking best friend. Linshi is ill in hospital again. It's not the first time, after all. Liu Ryan and I were childhood friends. From kindergarten all the way to college. Everyone thought we were made for each other. Even my parents acquiesced in our relationship. When the whole school caught puppy love. Land Willow like smoke how close. Teachers turned a blind eye. I took an oath. This life is not Willow Smoke, do not marry. Willow Smoke also said that I do not marry. Everything seems to be going back to childhood. And then go in the direction of old age. Until Linshi came along. Linshi came between us 6 years ago. He was a freshman at the time. Liu Ryan and I are busy with the freshman party in the student union. At the freshman party, we accidentally bumped into each other. I was busy being sorry. Linshi quietly watching Willow such as smoke. He comes from an ordinary county. On the thin side, regular features. Everything seemed normal. Only those eyes. Like the stars in the night sky. So when he looked at Willow like smoke with those beautiful eyes, and say a senior sister, you are so beautiful, I almost ran into you. Because of this sentence, Willow like smoke talked with him very happy. I thought I was just a senior at that moment. Business back and forth with fellow students. Or talk politely. Until Linshi to Willow Smoke sent breakfast. Until Linshi and Willow Smoke together. Show up at my games. Until their picture became intimate. Even graduated. Linshi is into the Willow such as Smoke Home Company. As opposed to my family's company. I work with Liu Ryan. And then stand in front of my own office. With her and Linshi together into her home company. What a match! Even the staff at her company said so. But she's my girlfriend, isn't she? Willow Smoke is Guyu's girlfriend. They don't have to know. How can Willow Smoke not remember it? It suppressed the anger inside me. Went to the corner to call the Willow Smoke telephone. I called it over and over again. But it never hurt. Took a deep breath. I had no choice but to play the video call of Linshi. It went through the first time. It was a Willow like smoke. The other end of the video, the ends of her hair are messy. His face was tangled with guilt, lips pressed together. Her friend said it. Told her I was gonna ask her to marry me. But she left anyway. The moment the elevator closes. And walked away without looking back. The chatter behind him faded. It slowly calmed down. Are you? Excuse me, I didn't make it. How about next time? Next time I propose to you. Why? I looked at her. Can't figure out what went wrong. Why would she even call in? I don't have as much time as I want. Willow like smoke silent half sound. Twinkle in the eyes. Open one's mouth. Slowly closed again. What happened to Linshi? My calm tone let Willow like smoke face a stiff. Interfacial. Willow like smoke barely pull out a smile. Are you? Linshi is in hospital. Cancer. His house is far away. I'm the only friend I have left. If I don't come, there's no one to take care of him. Cancer. That should be checked out. Therefore, why isn't he dead yet? Therefore, you can't even move it for 10 minutes. You didn't even have time to go upstairs and tell me if you wanted to. Is that? At this moment, I suddenly realized I cannot see the willow like smoke to my love. Before it was time to choose between the two, she Chossel and she. If one day I have to choose between two, I suppose it must also be Linshi. Linshi called me in a hurry, so So you left. Again and again. Linshi is her friend. Linshi is her male best friend. Linshi is her male confidant. Present day. You're about to be a boyfriend. I was almost mad as I stood there. But I also want to give Liu Ryan a chance. Give our relationship a chance. If Willow Smoke choose to give up Linshi, then we have a future. You. Willow like smoke. We're all still waiting here. Everyone's still here. Can you do it for me? Come back. Slowly but firmly, I made my request. Very reasonable opinion. I can lose face, but I still want to get a positive answer. I bet Willow Smoke to our feelings of this serious. Can Willow Smoke silent? I knew her answer. Are you? I can't leave now. Then she said he wasn't feeling well. I'm afraid what's gonna happen to him alone. She kept her head down. He refused me in the same slow but firm tone. I felt the quiet anger in my chest about to burst out. I'm squeezing the ring box out of place. The love of two young people. So many friends and family helped from afternoon tovening. The heroine doesn't even want to meet. Willow like smoke have not thought. She won't come. What should I do? Not just a laughingstock. Being judged. But I'm even more chilled. She gave me up. Let the nurse watch first. You hurry up. I held back my anger. Horse. Willow like smoke take a deep breath. Raise one's head. Are you? Linshi has terminal cancer. Doctor says it's just over a month away. He just told me how he felt. I refused. But he said he wanted me to be with him for the rest of his life. I agreed. He spoke very fast. She was afraid I'd misunderstand her. Are you? I love you. You can rest assured, I'm just staying with him for a while. After all, he only has a little more than a month. Wait for him. Willow like smoke voice became choked. Tears fell from the eyes. Wait for him to go. I asked you to marry me. I was across the screen. Look at the people crying tears blurred eyes, but just want to laugh. How ridiculous. My girlfriend is going to be with the guy who just told her how she feels. My girlfriend for her male confidant, leaving her boyfriend who proposed to her. It's like my girlfriend's gonna be someone else's girlfriend. I shook my head mockingly. One's eyes were filled with sorrow. Willow Smoke, see, I do not speak. Another quick vow. Are you? I swear I love you. I didn't betray you. I wouldn't betray you. 15 years old, Willow Smoke said this life is not good you not to marry. What I say? Are you? You wait for me. That's it again. It's the same thing every time. But I'm really tired. The ring fell out of his hand. I hung up the phone. I dialed someone else's phone in a hurry. Bang! Fireworks flare in the distance. The voice of a subordinate on the cell phone. I wish Mr. Gu a successful marriage proposal. I hope Gu and Miss Lin get married soon. Grow old together. I didn't respond. Veritable. I'm so tired. The long run of this relationship. I voluntarily withdraw. Willow like smoke. I don't need you to propose to me anymore. In the future, there's nothing between us anymore. I won't wait. I don't want to wait any longer. Everything becomes a blur. The pain in my heart. I landed on the ground. I woke up in the hospital. The purpose is the concerned eyes of the parents. There were many relatives and friends in the ward, and Liu Ryan's parents, Uncle Liu, Aunt Lou. They were all part of this ridiculous proposal. See me wake up. Mother sat on the edge of the bed and held my hand. She kept wiping tears from her eyes. Uncle Liu looked at me with guilt in one's eyes. You wake up. This is my daughter's fault. It pisses me off. You can rest assured. I'll teach her a lesson. Right. You take care of your health. We're gonna kick her ass. She can't tell from priorities. Who don't know Lindsay restless kind? She's the only one who thinks of him as a friend. And Lou's eyes were red. Promise me again and again. I looked at the scene before me. Open one's mouth. Close again. I don't seem to care about teaching or not. I'm not in a position to judge. After all, in the future, I don't have a relationship with her anymore. And let her be. None of my business, I said it calmly, and in this room it's like a bomb dropped. The silent crowd began a chattering discussion. It was quiet again. Everyone looked at me. I know it might be hard for them to accept. After all, it is impossible to put down the feelings of so many years. Moreover, Lindsay has been between us for 6 years. I had a fight with Liu Ryan before, but I never said anything like that. And she and I. Let's end it here. My mom held my hand. Tears kept rolling down his eyes. What does Liu Ryan think? All these years of love don't come. What does she want my son to do? Where did she put my son's face? Sister G, don't be angry. I've got people looking for her. Let's just figure out what's going on, okay? You can rest assured. I'll make sure she gives me an account. Shall you and smoke so many years of feelings? How can you just put it down? I frowned, raised the volume firmly said, and they've nothing to do with Liu Ryan. There won't be any more. All right. Have no relation. We're not related to her anymore. My mom probably thought I was just angry, echoing my words. And then he showed everyone out. The doctor was hurriedly called in. What if I'm in a hurry? The doctor's here. I was wheeled around for another checkup. The results made no difference. Just a combination of overwork and heartbreak. Just take a few days off. You can even leave the hospital and go home. My mom's worried. I can do nothing, but I don't want her to worry. Just lying in the hospital recovering, because I was worried about my health. My parents stayed in the hospital to take care of me. Looking at my father lying in bed with me, I don't think I'll worry them anymore. The next afternoon, I got a call from Liu Ryan. Uncle Liu came to the hospital. He handed me his phone. She hit me this morning, but I didn't answer. And at her warning, I resolutely block and delete a Dragon service. I didn't want to take the phone. Mom and Dad and Uncle Liu withdrew. Give us space. Looking at her across the screen again. It's only been one night. I think that's what this face is all about. It's really good looking. Lindsay is right. No less than a movie star. Popular love bean. But when I dropped everything, she's just beautiful to me. Are you? I hope your body is okay. Excuse me. I can't come and see you. Lindsay's health is not good. A little too much reaction. I have to stay with him. The guilt seemed to overflow from her eyes, looking at me with a worried eye. Want to laugh. And I laughed. It doesn't matter. After all, we're just friends. I smiled and answered her. As she wished, she didn't seem too pleased. Are you? Don't be angry. Her tears fell immediately. Choked up and apologized. Are you? I apologize to you. Don't you say that. Let's be good. Please forgive me. She cried bitterly. I don't want her anymore. And so it is. I don't want her anymore. Well done. You come right away. I'll forgive you. Finish the sentence. I hung up the phone. She can't come. Lin, she can't let her go. A man who was so hard to catch. It's hard not to be my best friend. To keep her by his side. How is it possible to let her go? If he's above board, I give him 3 points. But he only dares to act like a thief. Stealing people little by little. I was in the hospital for 3 days. Finally couldn't bear to go behind my mother's back and then go home. Until I got home, I haven't seen Willow like smoke. So far as 2, not a single phone call. Just sent a message apologizing. Explained that Lin Ji's illness was serious. I'm ready to travel with him. But Lin, she made a phone call. A fake apology. And show off. I don't care. Instead, it reminded me. There is a mask delete is a dragon service. First day back home. I first officially published my relationship with Willow like smoke has completely ended the fact. Then, in less than 3 seconds, my WeChat message went up. Before I could click on any of the messages, watch them in shock. A video call pops up on the screen. Zhang Zier. She's kind of my childhood sweetheart, too. Friends in our circle. We all grew up together. It's just Liu Ryan and I have known each other since kindergarten. And with them, the earliest was elementary school. The latest is high school. Zhang Zia is the middle group. When I first met her, she transferred to our school in the 2nd year of middle school. She is different from Liu Ryan. If Willow like smoke is warm like smoke white moonlight, then she is a red rose as hot as fire. But actually she was a little girl. When the teacher asked her to introduce herself, she just gave me a name. And then he sat down next to me. He whistled at me, said his sentence, yo. Nice looking boy. My face went black. Hello. Willow such as smoke finally and Lin Shi together. I dumped you. The other end of the phone, Zhang Zia is still careless, laughing at me without any scruples. Actually, I haven't talked to her in a while. Willow Smoke said don't like me and her go to close. So we grew apart. It is ridiculous that Willow such as Smoke instead and Lin Shi go closer. Zhang Zia and I are just friends and she can't accept it. What makes her think I need to accept her? Her male best friend is on her last journey. Can't say that either. I should say I don't want her anymore. You can pull it off. They both went to the beach. I got a sea view room. I responded to her teasing with a blank expression. What do I care? It's just an ocean view. I don't care if I live in the same urn. I don't really care anymore. I raised my eyebrows, smiling at her. She watched my expression carefully. There was a half silence. I looked at her. Before she can say anything, spoke before she did. Zhang Zier, can I chase you? I'm not kidding. Nor was there any anger. At the beginning, Willow like smoke did not like me and her walk close. And because she got drunk and said, if they weren't together, I will definitely go after Guyu. This sentence do not know how to reach the ears of Willow like smoke. Then it came back to me. A few years ago, Willow Smoke and Lin Shi more an intimate time. My friends tried to talk me out of it. Even quietly informed Zhang Zier. Tell her this is her chance. But I'm stubborn. No turning back until you hit the wall. Turned her down again. Present day. I want her to give me another chance. Guyu. You're not talking nonsense. Do I look like that to you? Zhang Zier. I'm telling the truth. My dad's sick. Terminal cancer. I wanted to reassure him before he left. But don't think I'm taking advantage of you. Of course, if you don't want to, we can do the catering first. Hiding it from my parents. I'm chasing you again. Until you're satisfied. I wonder what she'd think. But it's really my only option right now. I was having second thoughts before I proposed. But I'm afraid my father won't be here. But don't want to. Willow like smoke as if completely forgot. All she remembered was that Lin Shi had terminal cancer. Forget my father. She was like a daughter and her father had cancer. I forgot to hold her hand the other day. Said he hoped we could get married soon. Otherwise, I'm afraid it's too late to witness our happiness. Goo you. I'm at the airport. My head is a little confused. I'm at the airport. Goo you. I came back after you. Now in Beihang Airport. Beihai City. Haikang Airport. Doesn't seem far from me. I smiled. I'll pick you up. I quickly packed up and went out. Bought a bunch of flowers on the way. Arrived at the airport. Zhang Zia dragged the suitcase. In a camel trench coat. Long wavy hair was flying in the wind. She doesn't seem to have changed. Seems to have changed a lot. Still dare to do, dare to think, dare to be. But more mature. More attractive. I held the flowers. Walked slowly toward her. She held out her hands. Running at me like crazy. Between me and Willow's like smoke. It was always me running to her. But here in Jiangxi, she's always running to me. I quickened my pace. He started to run slowly. I suppose I can also run to Jiangxi. Firm and sincere. We hugged each other like those long-lost lovers. I didn't get any peony. Red roses will do. That's okay. So how are you gonna chase me? Watch a movie. Send flowers. Give gifts. Candlelight dinner. Or do you want to do something else? I counted them one by one. But I don't think she'd like it. All will do. So when are you gonna ask me out? I froze. Back up a little, back up. I stood up straight. Then bend over slightly. One hand behind your back. The other hand reached out to her. The Honorable Miss Zhang Zia. I was wondering if you could do it with me. A romantic date. Zhang Zia solemnly extended his hand. I solemnly took her hand. We all know that. We're making our final choices right now. That night's date didn't materialize. My father is in the hospital again. When I showed up in the ward hand in hand with Zhang Zia, everyone was a bit shocked. Dad, Mom, this is Zhang Zia, my girlfriend. Your future daughter in Laos. I solemnly introduced Zhang Zia to my parents. Hello, aunt and uncle. My name is Zhang Zia. Alas, hi little girl. Come and sit. It was a long trip for you. Mom doesn't know what's going on, but also quickly pulled Zhang Zia to the side to sit and chat. They know Zhang Zia, but rarely seen. The daughter of Jiang's dead wife. Everyone in the circle knows that. I looked behind me at Uncle Liu and Aunt Lu, who wanted to say nothing, and Zhang Zia said two words first out of the ward. I stood opposite Uncle Liu. A surname. You can rest assured there will be no problem in our cooperation. I can assure you of that. I'm not a private person, even though my family is leading the way. But I'm not gonna do it for something that's not important things to damage the company's interests. I'm as mad as smoke. But Uncle Liu and Aunt Lu are very kind to me. Uncle Liu looked stiff. VU. That's not what I meant to say. I know your family doesn't do that. I just wanted to say. You and Smoke. Is this the end of it? If I could just give her another chance. She's gonna regret this. Do you regret it? I wonder if she regret it. Just now they told me it was like Smoke. Walking on the beach with Lin Shi. Merely. Even regret is none of my business. I smiled faintly. A surname. No one waits for anyone all the time. Still less. It wouldn't be the first time, would it? My words let Uncle Liu heart attack. Maybe remembering what his daughter did. Uncle Liu's face turned pale. I know. VU. It's Smoke's fault. She doesn't deserve you. You can rest assured. I won't let her bother you anymore. Finish speaking. Uncle Liu and Aunt Lu went back. I sent Zhang Zia and my mother back to my home. And go back to the hospital and be with my father. The other night. They're not that old. Why do you feel so much older all of a sudden? The second day. Zhangzia came to the hospital with my mother. She sat on the edge of the bed. Made my mom and dad laugh. I'm at a loss. The doctor said. My dad took a turn for the worse. Probably not for much longer. I turned and walked out of the room, standing at the end of the hallway, looking out the window at the tall buildings. Gu Yu, let's get married. Zhangzia hugged me from behind. I took her hand in front of me. Rub against. That's exactly what I think. But I kind of chickened out when it happened. She shouldn't have to do this for me. We even lost touch before this. I shouldn't have dragged her into this. I opened my mouth to say no, but I can't seem to say it. She's like she knows what I'm about to say, you know? He put his hand over my mouth. You say no to me again and I'll knock you out. We'll take them home first. I couldn't help smiling. I really can't say no to her anymore. So I nodded and said something. Good, the wedding was rushed. I met her father on short notice. Didn't even get a chance to take the wedding photos. The day she went to her wedding fitting, I stood outside the fitting room. The curtain slowly pulls back. My heart seems to have stopped beating. The white wedding dress outlined the perfect figure curve. The skirt of the fishtail follows her as she moves. Every step brings forth a lotus flower. I always knew she was beautiful. But this moment, I really felt it. She's so beautiful, it's like she belongs to me. I caught myself and hurried forward. Hold her in your arms. Zhangzia, you're so beautiful. That's all I can say. The words of praise were suddenly scarce. She was like a red rose in the ice. Fervent, bright and beautiful. Dazzling. I can't describe how I feel at this moment. I was suddenly grateful that this was happening. Even some regret why it didn't happen sooner. Linshi, that dog. It's no use. I kissed her forehead. Later. I am Guyu from Jiangxi. The wedding was hasty but grand. Apart from not being able to customize the wedding ring and dress, I gave everything I could. Zhangzia is very happy. Father-in-law is satisfied. I'm happy too. Mom and dad is a daughter-in-law. In addition to the hindsight of the willow like smoke, no one informed her. Even Uncle Liu and Aunt Lu did not inform her. So I was a little confused when she called. A strange phone number. I dialed my work machine. Pick up the moment. Opposite came the voice of Willow like smoke crying. Are you? Guys were already cheating on me. Could you betray me? How could you do this to me? You know, I don't like her. You can't be with her even if you're angry. Don't want to be with her. I'm already on my way back. You wait for me. Let me marry you. Willow like smoke spoke quickly, get more and more emotional. In the end, he even cried. Willow like smoke. Don't you think we're good just because you and Linshi are good? We're not like you. We have a sense of proportion. In addition, I don't have a relationship with you anymore. You slept with Linshi and he wants me to wait for you. Am I the kind of guy who's a bitch? Or you need me to send Lin Shifa? Give my picture to the world. Tell everyone about your affair. Moreover, Willow like smoke. Zhangzia is my wife. Could you please see who you are next time before you talk about her? Hung up the phone. I was so angry that I wanted to slap her in the face. What kind of break is she? In addition, terminal cancer is different from person to person. My dad's in bed. They can still sleep together. What does a dirty man look at? People who are dirty look at everyone just like her. Zhangzia stroked my chest. Let me calm down. Don't be angry. He skimmed my mouth. Wife. She slandered me. Willow smoke or back. When she came downstairs, in the middle of my wedding night, have no time for her. Get up early the next day and Zhangzia ready to get Delicents. When my aunt told me, Willow like smoke stood outside the door for a long time. Linshi is right behind her. But because my family changed the password overnight, I wouldn't let her open the door. That's why she can't get in. So that Lin, she suddenly fell to the hospital. I don't care about any of that. She texted me to say she regretted it. I texted her back. I don't regret it. No regrets at all. Marrying Zhangzia was the best decision I ever made. I took Zhangzia to the lawyer first. Everything in my name and my parents. Most of her real estate was transferred to her. And explained the premarital property belonging to Jiang Shir. It was a wedding gift from my parents to their daughter-in-law. I gave this to my wife. Zhangzia looked at all this want to refuse. She said the dowry was enough. I said if we didn't sign, we wouldn't get the license. Go home first. Zhangzia is helpless. Just sign it and go get it with me. The moment I got the red book, I suddenly settled down. I'm gonna have a wife too. I took a picture. I posted it on Moments. I tweeted. On every social network I have. Stay away from me in the future. Especially the ones who ask me out all day. I'm not like you. I'm a man with a wife. Then, lock the red book in the safe. Half a month after getting the marriage license, my father finally gave up and died. Zhangzia stayed with me and my mother, helping me with my dad's affairs. It's only gonna be a month or two. I think it's been a long time. I stood beside Zhangzia, bowed to her politely. Willow like smoke stood in silence. Orbital redness. Pale. I lost a lot of weight. She laid white chrysanthemums in front of my father's scone. With respect to incense. Percent are you? My name is Guyu. I kept my head down. Whisper. Anyone can call it that. Willow like smoke cannot. What if my wife gets the wrong idea? Willow like smoke froze for a moment. I changed my name. Guyu. Restrain one's grief. In addition, excuse me. I finally looked up at her. What kind of apology? Apologize for whatever. I don't even need it anymore. And apologizing doesn't help the victim, does it? Just to make the perpetrator feel better. Still less. I appreciate her not coming. Keep in mind. So I spoke up. Thanks should be spoken. Thanks for not coming the other day. I wouldn't have had a chance to marry my wife. Zhangzia stole me quietly, gave me a dirty look. I tricked my head and looked at my father smiling on the portrait. Sure enough, my dad had my back. My eyes are red. Willow Smoke also ran out crying. I haven't seen Willow since that day. I just heard that Lin Shi is still a karma. Just leave it at that. He also wished to die in the arms of Willow like smoke. Pretty good. I wasn't at the funeral. I heard that Liu Ryan stood next to his parents, bowed to the people like I did. I don't know in what capacity. I would love to ask. But Zhangzia wouldn't let me go. What a shame. There's a rush and a rush at work. I'm finally free for a while. Took Zhang Summer out on their honeymoon. We covered a lot of ground together. Experienced a lot of different life. The last stop of the honeymoon was Indonesia. We get up in the wee hours. Driving around in a jeep in the dark. We were standing on the path to the observation deck. Watching the sunset slowly rise in the distance. Rijaro Jinshin, and on her bright cheeks. I looked at her shouting into the distance. I clenched a custom ring in my hand. When the sun is fully up, I got down on one knee. I didn't ask you if you'd marry me. I said I can chase you for a lifetime. She didn't say yes either. She asked me which hand. We faced the new sunset. In a strange country, in the presence of strangers, made a promise for eternity. We hugged each other tightly. I got each other in my heart. Put it at the top of your heart. I think the universe treats me well. He packed up my broken body and gave it to Zhangzia. And Zhangzia did not hesitate to take over. Then, put me together in pieces. I just wanted to say something. Just one sentence. Thank your male bestie for being there. Without him, I'm gonna miss my wonderful wife. I'm gonna miss my wonderful wife. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Follow up. Zhangzia is wearing the ring I made for her. Wear the wedding dress I helped design. Take me with you. Took unique wedding photos. The day I showed my wife off again, Willow Smoke sent a message to ask if I can give her the ring that Rose gave her, or sell it to her. I thought about it. Sold the ring to my philandering brother for half price. He's going to use it to amuse his new love. This ring is just right. My wife in my arms. Happy mouth will fly to the sky. And then we became the model couple in the circle. I've become the norm for men. We have a beautiful son, a lovely daughter. We go through this life together. Zhangzia said she would go ahead of me. She walked in front of me. I stayed by her bed. Hold her hand. Tell her to wait for me. I want to grow up with her in my next life. And then we can grow old together. People in the circle always say it's too bad she wasn't my childhood sweetheart. Not so. That would be a good story. I think so too. Therefore, I asked Zhangzia for the next life. She said yes. I made arrangements for my children. Then he closed his eyes and lay down beside her. This time, we can't keep her waiting too long.